Okay, today I am high on some writing material that I have been writing over the years, and I would love to share with whosoever is interested in listening. All right. This was when I was teaching myself about self-control, the human will, the subconscious, and how it all comes together with what God's purpose is for all of us. All right. So, what I've written down is self-control. What is self-control? Self-control is the human will, all right? The seed of this will is conscious and the subconscious mind, both together, right? It controls the destiny of mankind individually, right? The one most powerful thing that God gave us that can either make us or destroy us, both in the same breath. It's the human will, all right? Now, if you notice, the human will, it has the ability to go against the thing that created it, all right? So God created us, and we ought to be created to serve Him. He never ever created us and took control of our will, right? He created us and created a man powerful enough to understand his teachings. I will give you a few examples of the man that he created: Adam, the man that he created, Abraham, the man that he created, Noah, the man that he created, Jesus. I can go in between all of them. Okay, let me start with Moses. Moses heard him so with such clarity, and he wrote stuff down on a tablet or a piece of stone, and he gave us the 10 commandments, right? And then came Jesus, all right? The one thing that is never actually mentioned in the Bible is a formal system of education where anyone attended a school of some sort, or they were taught in a systematic way with subjects or whatever the case is, but there were teachings from the Bible that stood as an education. All right, let me come back to this. So the destiny of mankind is conditioned and controlled by a man's will, right? That's us. We are destined and we controlled by our own will. So our will can lead us to bring ourselves to a demise, or it can lead us to bring ourselves right to our purpose. And it doesn't matter what stage and what age we are in our lives. If we are put here for a purpose, I do believe that each and every one of us, we do fulfill our purpose, just as long as we have the conscious awareness of these teachings, right? Okay, this is my understanding of what I interpreted from what I read out of the Bible, right? So, all right, this will is in natural fact made up of the conscious and the subconscious minds. Conscious, which is governed by what mankind feeds it. Subconscious, being the heart, at point to be noted, right? This subconscious is more important than the conscious mind. The conscious mind feeds the subconscious by what is heard, right? Now, faith. Faith comes by hearing. Hearing comes by sight. These are our senses that have to all be connected to each other. Hearing comes by sight. Sight comes by the word of God. You have to read the Bible to understand that. It's a parable on its own. You got to make sense of that first of all right? Here, we have to take into consideration how serious the power of repetition is and how dangerous it can be if it's not used correctly, all right? In my years of experience raising kids, and an extremely vital key to raise and teach all aspects, concepts, comprehension, and skill sets is repetition. I've shared this piece of information with you because I would like for you to comment in the comment section, I would like for you to give me some heads up on what it is that is supposed to, that is your idea or your understanding of what I'm saying right now. I believe what I believe, and you also believe what you believe. All right. I will not just leave it there. Let me just read a little bit more. I learned some of my most significant lessons from a book written a few years ago by James Clear, Atomic Habits. One has to have the ability to acknowledge by human nature we are creatures of habit. In the book, James Clear stipulates what habits are, how to perform a good habit by removing bad ones. It is a complete guide and a life-changing event to read the book. Self-improvement comes when you apply what you read in the book, right? And based on the decisions around the routine of repetitive actions taken to attain a better self. The author implies how thoughts and actions contribute and attune with repetition, which can and will affect one's life positively or negatively. Remember, the conscious mind feeds the subconscious mind, right? Your conscious mind is like you and I speaking right now. We are awake and we are aware and we are speaking about a thing. The subconscious part of you, and I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, the subconscious part of you is the part of you that brings tears to your eyes when you yawn. You don't do that consciously. That happens subconsciously. The ability to swallow your saliva, that happens subconsciously, all right? The ability for your pulse to beat in certain places, like one place is here, another is here, and at your heart, obviously, right? There's a heartbeat. You don't do that consciously. All of that is taking place subconsciously. That is the part of you that has the human body in full operating form. You don't do that consciously. What you do consciously is you read. You take the information into your mind's eye and you act on it. Knowledge is only powerful when the information that you have transmutes into application. We have a body and we have a soul. And I said this in one of my previous videos as well. Please comment and let us speak about this subconscious and conscious. It's such an awakening to understand the profundity of how the human body actually operates. Let me say the human brain, because everything comes from that operating system of your brain. So if you begin telling yourself stuff like, nobody listens to me, it doesn't matter what I say, I'm already a failure, I'm uneducated, saying little stuff like that, you create blockages. And those blockages, they create a dis-ease in your entire operating system. The dis-ease that forms in your body, it turns into a disease. Ask me, I know all about it. I know all about it because this is what a cancer is. A cancer is a cell that's in everyone's body, and they don't actually tell us this ideally at the beginning of a prognosis. However, a cancer cell is something that is already within your body, and it becomes, I can't get the word right now, not dormant, it becomes like you bring it to life with the negative events that happen in your life. That's how a cancer cell is activated. Resentment, especially towards yourself, that is the core cause of activating a cancer cell.